Alright, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, where we are finally in the ending of the Steel Samurai case. This is the final time we will head into court to defend Will Powers in the case of Jack Hammer's death. We're pretty certain we know who did it at this point. We think that the place of death was Studio 2, and we're gonna prove it. Edgeworth, a bit on edge? So, we're pretty certain that D. Vasquez did this, and our big main intention today is to just prove it. Here's a little bit of interesting trivia about D. Vasquez. I found this on the Ace Attorney wiki. Apparently, up until kind of close to when the game was happening, they were gonna make D. Vasquez a man, but then they were like, oh wait a minute, all the guys are turning out to be like all the murderers and criminals are turning out to be men, so let's put a woman in there, which is kind of funny. I entered the trailer a little bit before noon. I don't know why she has a stupid Italian accent, like Brooklyn accent. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in a meeting. Sal and I ate a T-bone steak so that I couldn't read that one too fast. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1, that's all. That's, like, uncanny. That's definitely what she sounds like. I have a question about one part of your testimony. Yeah, I mean, they should... When they dub the Ace Attorney anime, they should just hire me to do all the voices. Because it's uncanny, my ability to just, like, channel these characters. I don't take me in that. I thought it might be risky to work with that monkey's head toppling over. It's great. The final battle. These are, I mean, they're in a way, they're like boss battles. So, what we want to press her on is the one about her eating. This one's kind of obtuse. I don't know if you're gonna figure this one out. I don't remember if I figured this one out on my own the first time I you know, played this. But here's the steak plate. Present that here. And pretty much our logic here is that she did not eat the T-bone steak because there's a bone on here. It's kind of strange. The plate that we took from the rehearsal room has a bone on it, a T-bone. And the plate found outside Studio 2 did not have a bone on it, which means she didn't eat anything. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really, I feel like it wouldn't really prove anything, because you could just say, like, oh yeah, you threw it out. I don't know, it's very strange. This is one of the few things in this case that I think is a little strange to figure out here. Well, you can throw it out. That's what I'm saying. That's not really... not a good leap to make, if I'm gonna be completely honest here. But, like, so what if she threw it in the incinerator? Maybe she could have just done that with the bone. Maybe she didn't want to leave bones lying around. But, yeah, this apparently proves that she didn't eat the steak. I don't think this would hold up, if I'm being completely honest. But why? The but why question is going to be one that we'll have to deal with later. But for now, we'll just leave that be. Hey, I'm on Edgeworth's side here, Phoenix. It's just, I guess this is just one of your classic Phoenix Wright logic leaps that just makes almost no sense but still works out for him in the end. Again, he's the world's luckiest defense attorney. This is cool. You have like a little logic battle with her here. This doesn't really happen very often. I wish something like this would happen more often. I'll tell you exactly how you could use it. You couldn't use it, could you? In fact, no one can use it. But that's not really even a point that we're trying to make here. And you want to know why, Vasquez? That wasn't the murder weapon. You big old dope, you know this. So here's where you should start putting things together, 2 and 2, in your mind. First off, the spear was broken.
Take that!
Yeah, it's not going to be sturdy enough to be able to kill someone. How is it possible for someone to shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane? I think you know what I'm driving at here. Silence. She sounds like another prosecutor that's going to happen in like 4 games from now. That's actually another very easy question to answer. Because we got some pretty big information in the last little investigation that we did, and I think it's actually quite relevant to this case, if I do say so myself. When has my confidence ever been unfounded, Mr. Judge, man? Tell me. So, we have the 5-year-old photo, which shows a man that has been skewered on a fence post. So it's not completely unreasonable to think that that fence could have struck again and claimed yet another victim. Yes, Edgeworth. That fence has a deadly bloodlust. I don't think that's too unreasonable to think, right? Yeah, see, the judge is on my side. But why? Yeah, I need to stop asking why. It's only gonna hurt my case. There's no motive. Yeah, it's kind of ironic, huh? Took the words out of my mouth, Phoenix. Or you're copying me. I feel like I would fall apart on the witness stand. Like, I'm a pretty good liar, but I think I would just be like, very creative. I would just completely just fall apart. Yeah, I'm actually exactly saying that. And I have evidence that you're lying. And I know how you moved him. Not just because I've played this game, but because I think it's very obvious. And you actually just gave up this information on your own. She had another way. She couldn't carry it herself, obviously. No one would have been able to. The costume's too heavy. And a human body's pretty heavy itself. Yeah, you could do this in a matter of like 5, not even. You literally just gave us this information, Vasquez. This is your own fault. So present the van. Because, duh, of course. You put the body in the van. And then you just move it. It's as easy as that. Yikes. This is like anime padding right here. We just heard this. We don't need to see this again. This is like One Piece, where it'll like flash back to something that happened in the last episode. And it's like, okay, I don't really need to see this again. This just happened. I mean, of course he was. You ever see that guy? Of course he did. Look at him. He's like a big old creep. Of course he's a co-conspirator in a murder. Or at least a cover-up. So, do I win? Oh. That's pretty clear cut. But I'm a little confused. Are you saying you did it? I love how he's just straight up confused. He's like, did I win? Don't at me. So you admit it. You admit you killed him. Why are they stalling for time? This is a video game. They don't need to pad it out like this. It's like an anime that needs to stall for time. Oh no, I'm about to get Marcia Clark and Chris Darden. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm about to get OJ'd. Yeah, it's still all, conjecture at this point. We don't have any solid evidence. Unless we present some sort of solid evidence, or we get her to confess. We can kind of only go in circles. So maybe let's try and trip her up again. But what you've said is very suspicious. Although, to be quite frank, we have about as much evidence that she did it than the prosecution has that Will Powers did it. So you can't really make a decision here.
Objection!
that is one of my favorite jokes in the entire series. It's just the timing of the music kicking in is so good. That is seriously one of the funniest things ever. And I love that Edgeworth is trying to help us out here. He sounds like Charlie Kelly in It's Always Sunny. I don't know, it warms the cockles of my heart to see Edgeworth try and help us out. Because this is the first time you really see, like, maybe he's not that bad of a guy. But, I suppose we will see D. Vasquez's final testimony in the next video. See you then.